Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jude Jets Show. And today we're going to be doing a mock draft for the New York Jets. So without any hesitation, let's get it started. So coming in at the 4th pick, we have Kayvon Thibodeaux, edge rusher from Oregon. What more do I need to say? He's one of the best players in this year's class. He was a dominant edge player at the University of Oregon. Yes, there are character concerns around him, but the same thing went on with Zach Wilson last year. People were saying we shouldn't take Zach Wilson because of character concerns, but then he ended up being voted captain week 1 by his teammates, and I feel like the same thing is going to happen with Kayvon Thibodeaux, and the Jets would be stupid to pass on him. And then at pick 10, have us selecting Treylon Burks, wide receiver from Arkansas. Burks was my wide receiver number 1 before the combine, and he still is. Yes, I was disappointed by his 4.5 40-yard dash time, but he was only 0.1 seconds slower than A.J. Brown's 40-yard dash time, which was 4.49, and he had a faster 3-cone drill than DK Metcalf by 0.10 seconds. Burks' 3-cone drill was 7.28, Metcalf's was 7.38, and both of those receivers are awesome and might even end up becoming New York Jets. It's highly unlikely, but it's still a chance. And if you turn on Treylon Burks' tape, you'll see that he does not run a 4.5. This dude is much faster than that, and he can pretty much do anything on the football field. He can line up anywhere. He can be an outside receiver as well as a slot receiver. We can use him as a gadget player, as a deep threat, as a guy to run screens, slants. I mean, he can pretty much do anything, and that's why he's my wide receiver number 1. Now, I wouldn't be mad if we were to take a Chris Olave, a Garrett Wilson, and Jamerson Williams, but Burks is my wide receiver number 1, and I prefer him out of the top 5. And then at 35, I have selecting Travis Jones, interior defensive lineman from the University of Connecticut. Jones was terrific at UConn when it came to stopping the run, was one of the best run stoppers ever since he entered the NCAA in 2018 as a true freshman. He absolutely balled out at the Senior Bowl. I mean, everyone couldn't get rid of Travis Jones on their timeline on Twitter. He was pretty much everywhere. I would see him left and right. He was just terrific at the Senior Bowl, and he's also a pretty solid pass rusher as well. Had 4.5 sacks for UConn this past season, which is not bad for a run stuffer. And then to pick 38, have us selecting Quay Walker, linebacker from the University of Georgia. Walker is an explosive linebacker. He was pretty solid in coverage and is also a great tackler. In a 4-year career with the Bulldogs, Walker's only 7 missed tackles, which is absolutely insane. He had a great performance at the Senior Bowl. He won a national championship this past year, so we're bringing a winner to the New York Jets, and the best part about Walker is that he can stop screens. And then at pick 69, I have selecting Kerby Joseph, safety from Illinois. Now, Joseph wasn't really a player who was on the map before his senior season, but his senior season put him on the map. He feels like a Joe Burrow, Zach Wilson type of player, someone who really wasn't talked about until their senior or final year at college, and they just absolutely balled out. And this is the case for Kerby Jones. I mean, he had 5 interceptions in 2021. He has great ball tracking skills. He's a good tackler, and he also shows a lot of awareness. He was really good in the Senior Bowl this past year, and he just has a ton of upside to him. He's a bit of a risky pick in the sense that he really was only good in his senior season, but he bought out his senior season, bought it out the Senior Bowl, and everything is just indicating that he's going to be a solid NFL player. And Kerby Joseph and Jordan Whitehead is a pretty good safety duo in my book. And then at pick 111, have us selecting Rasheed Walker, tackle from Penn State. Walker is a pretty good run blocker, all right in the past game, but he didn't really have a great 2021 season. I mean, before his final season at Penn State, he was considered to be one of the best tackles in this year's class, but his poor season in 2021 has drove down his stock. He obviously has a lot of upside to him, because if he can get to that level of playing he had before 2021, I feel like he could even turn into a starter for the New York Jets, but I feel like he could be a pretty solid backup in the NFL. And then pick 117, have us selecting Tyler Allgeier, running back from BYU. The New York Jets give Zach Wilson his running back from BYU, and just let me read you Allgeier's stats. So in 2021, Allgeier had 1,601 yards and 23 touchdowns, and in 2020 he had 1,130 yards and 13 touchdowns. I mean, he would be a great running back in this offense. He has that chemistry with Zach Wilson. He also could be a power back, something the New York Jets need in this offense. And just overall, he would be a nice running back to complement Michael Carter. He's also pretty solid in the receiving game as well. And a running back duo of Tyler Allgeier and Michael Carter with this offense would be deadly. And then at pick 146, have us selecting Zyon McCollum, cornerback from Sam Houston State. McCollum was a ball hawk with the Bearcats, having 13 interceptions in a 5-year career with Sam Houston State. He also has good speed, size, and length. A lot of scouting reports absolutely rave about this guy's size, say he has perfect cornerback size, and I definitely feel like he has the tools to be good at the next level, but definitely could be a solid backup for the New York Jets. He also was a champion, won the FCS championship with Sam Houston State, I believe, in that messed up season in 2020 and 2021. He was also a leader on that team as well, so we're bringing another champion to the New York Jets. And then for our final pick at 163, have us selecting Tyquan Thornton, wide receiver from Baylor. Thornton, like McCollum, definitely has a lot of tools to be successful at the next level. He's 6'2", he's really fast, ran a 4.28 this year at the Combine, which was the fastest 40-yard dash time out of all the receivers. He creates good separation, is also solid at making contested catches. It's just he really hasn't done much at Baylor. I mean, all the stuff on paper indicates that he's going to be a good receiver, that he is a stud. But you take a look at his stats, and they say otherwise. His highest amount in receiving yards was 901, and that was this past season with the Bears. He pretty much has done nothing when it comes to playing wise, but I feel like he definitely has the attributes to be good at the next level, and definitely could maybe end up becoming a starting receiver for the Jets, but I feel like could be very good depth for us. And that's all my picks in this year's mock draft. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by hitting the subscribe and like button. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at @Jets for more content. You can also check me out on Let's Talk Sports, writing some Jets articles for them and appearing on some of their Jets podcasts. And if you are interested in that, you can check them out. Their Facebook page is linked down below. Comment down below if you agree or disagree, if you dislike the picks I made in this mock draft. And I'm your host, Juliet, signing off for now. See you guys later. Peace.